So it's possible that I grew too much garlic last year. So I'm going to show you today what I'm going to do about it. Hi, my name's Corinne, and here at Spirea, I share videos that weave together plant wisdom, holistic health, self-sufficiency with just a dash of magic. If this sounds interesting to you, I'd love for you to stick around. So every year, I plant too much garlic, which means I'm going to be in this exact situation this time next year. And I have a whole bunch left, and as you can see, it has started to sprout on me. It kind of got away. Now, not all of it has. But I obviously don't want this to go to waste, because once it starts to sprout, eventually the garlic's going to get really soft and not really be usable. So I have sort of two ideas I'm going to play with today. One is tried and true. I've done it before. I am going to dehydrate some garlic. We have a dehydrator over here. But honestly, I love fresh garlic. So I'm going to play with the idea of crushing a whole bunch of this, packing it in a jar, and storing it in olive oil, just like I did those roasted olive oil tomatoes. I've got a video on that. You can check that out up here. Those have stored beautifully in the fridge. So if I put enough olive oil on top, that should avoid the oxygen getting exposed to the garlic. And that way, if I need it in pasta sauces, soups, stir fries, sauteed vegetables, whatever, I can just go in and grab a scoop of garlic and I still have that fresh. So I'm going to get to crushing garlic cloves. That's going to be my first way of preserving last year's garlic. So it's been almost 3 hours. That's how long it took for us to process all of that garlic. Now, some of it had already started to go moldy and yucky. This is a job I probably should have done a few weeks ago, but with my husband's help, it took 3 hours. So you can see why I was procrastinating a bit. So we managed to fill a 500 milliliter jar, and all I did was top it with some organic olive oil. I'm then gonna pop a lid on this and stick it in the fridge. So when you want to use this, the olive oil is going to solidify in the fridge. So when I use this, I'm just going to scrape that olive oil off to the side, scoop out however much garlic I want, and then cover it back up with the olive oil. That's going to prevent any molding or the garlic from spoiling. With the rest, we managed to do 5 full trays for the dehydrator. So I'm going to go, we tend to dehydrate out in the garage, especially if it's something as pungent as garlic. So I'm going to go put this out there. And then every few hours, because I have this round Salton dehydrator, I actually like to rotate the trays and then take the one from the bottom and bring that one back up to the top. So that way things dehydrate evenly. However, garlic takes a while. So it's probably going to be out there overnight. Now, one of the things I want to draw attention to, and I'm not fantastic at this, but you want to slice your garlic fairly thin, but the main goal is to try to make, and again, I didn't do a great job, but try to make your slices fairly uniform. So that way it will dehydrate evenly. The thicker your pieces of garlic are, the longer it will take to dehydrate. So I'll be back probably tomorrow or the next day, depending on how long this takes, to show you how we grind up the garlic powder and then how we store it.
What are you doing?
Well, we dehydrated our garlic overnight. See, it's nice and hard. And I'm about to grind it into powder.
Can't you just buy garlic powder at the grocery store?
Well, you can buy garlic powder at the grocery store. But one, this uses up all the garlic that we had, which is a good thing because we would just have to compost it otherwise. But another reason is that store-bought garlic powders often have fillers in them and anti-clumping agents. A common one is sawdust. I don't want sawdust in my garlic, do you? So one of the things you're going to need is a way to grind your garlic. Now, I'm really glad that I kept my little magic bullet for all of these years. The only thing I kept was the base and this grinding attachment. It works really, really well. If you have a good blender, that should work too. If you have a coffee grinder, now keep in mind, if you use your coffee grinder, it's gonna smell like garlic pretty much forever. But what we're gonna do now, Bud, is we're gonna take all the garlic from these trays.
Oh, can I do
And we're just gonna fill up.
that? Oh, cool. Like that?
Yep. So with all that garlic that we showed you in the first segment when we were filming yesterday, we managed to make 500 milliliters of crushed garlic covered in olive oil and this much garlic powder.
Vampires are coming out of the sky!
Yeah, we are absolutely safe from vampires. We do not need Buffy the Vampire Slayer here, do we? No, if you ever watched that show, that was like one of my husband and mine's favorite shows. I want to comment down below because Buffy will always have a place in my heart. But we don't need her because of all of our garlic, right?
What?
So let me know how you preserve your end of season garlic. These are basically my two favorite methods. I also thought about making garlic butter, so that's another option too. But if you have any other ideas, I also want those in the comments below. And until next time, this is Corinne from Spirea Herbs, wishing you health, wellness, and a vampire-free life.